Hello, welcome to Spanish Cooking. Today we are preparing tuna pie. That's a very popular recipe in Spain. Very easy, although it takes a long time to prepare. And I will show you how to prepare the dough and also the tuna filling. The first thing you need to do is to prepare the oil for the dough. We call it paprika oil. The only thing you need to do is to heat up the oil and dissolve some paprika, sweet paprika on it, and then let it cool down while you prepare the rest of the ingredients. Now we need to dissolve our instant yeast in some lukewarm water and let it rest for 10 minutes or so until it develops some foam on it. And now we can prepare the rest of the ingredients for the dough. Mix the flour with a pinch of salt and then dissolve there your water with the yeast. It has to be lukewarm yet, and also the oil. It's important that the oil has cooled down, and keep mixing it until you get a nice homogeneous dough. I started with a spoon, but of course you can start immediately right away with your hands. I like to start with the dough with a spoon, and then I continue with my hands and do so until you get a nice homogeneous dough. It's not a flexible dough, it's quite dry, and let it rest for 1 hour or until it doubles the volume. That's important. In the meantime, we will prepare the filling. So the first thing you can do is to chop one onion in small pieces and saute it for 5 minutes with some olive oil at medium heat with the lid on. That's important, and some salt. This way you will your onion will be translucent instead of getting golden brown color. That's important. Let it like this, and in the meantime cut your peppers, red and green peppers, and add them also to your onion and let it cook for 5 or 10 minutes until they are also tender without taking color. That's important. In the meantime, which is the tomato. Because we are in season and now the tomatoes are really good, I used fresh tomato. I grate it. If you don't have tomatoes available or are not good quality, you can of course also use canned tomatoes. But because they are in season, I wanted to use them because those are delicious. Now you add your tomato to the onion and pepper mixture, and you need to cook it with the lid off because you want the tomato to be evaporated. That's important because our filling has to be quite dry. We don't want our pie to be soggy, so we need to let it reduce a lot. Meanwhile, we can prepare our boiled egg. I just pour some cold water and the egg, and once it starts boiling, I let it cook for 10 minutes and then I let it cool down. And now you see here, this is the way our filling has to look like. Now most of the liquid has evaporated. We turn the heat off, and now we can add the rest of our ingredients. I peeled the egg and cut it in small pieces with the help of this device, but of course you can do it also with a knife. Add your egg into your mixture, give it a quick stir, and now we are ready to add the key ingredient, which is the tuna fish. I use canned tuna. The key step, the key important thing is that you need to drain completely your tuna, otherwise it can be really heavy, the dish. So you can use tuna in oil or in vinegar, but the important thing is that it has to be really drained. And the filling is now ready. So let's prepare the dough. I just dusted my surface so my dough doesn't stick, and I divide it in two because we want 1/2 for the bottom part and 1 for the top. And I started, I just made a rough round shape, and now with the help of a roll pin I flattened the dough until it was quite thin, and it covered all the surface of my mold. This time I used round shape mold. Of course you can prepare it also rectangular shape or square shape. Now that it fitted, I rolled my dough like you see here, and yeah, then you need to adjust the dough to your mold, and now we can fill it. Well, I continued with the second half of the dough, and then I filled my pie with the tuna filling. I spread it evenly, and now we can cover with the second part of the dough. And now you need to trim the excess of dough, and the final step is you need to make the corner with the help of your fingers, as you see here. And a crucial step is that you need to practice a hole in the middle of the pie so you let the steam get out of the filling. And finally, you can put some oil on top so you will get a nicer color after baking it. And now put it in the oven for 40 minutes or until it looks golden brown. It will depend on your oven. And voila, there you go, your Spanish tuna pie. It's important to let it cool completely before consuming it, the best at room temperature. I hope you can try this out, leave your comments, and thanks for watching. See you soon.